Hey, good morning, one and all. Well, today is Monday, the 7th of July. Miles is looking beautiful as ever. Yeah, we went to the market. No, I didn't video it. And everything I was going to say, just like, oh yeah, I got the meat slicer out. This is it in all of its glory. That's a professional one, or at least they say it's a professional one. Already got it dialed in to 1/16 of an inch. Now, if it won't slice it that thin, I'll probably have to bring it up to like a quarter or something like that. But, what are you doing? Oh yeah. But I'm gonna wait a little bit and then I'll slice it up. Of course, you all see how it goes. This meat slicer, we do not lend it out. We don't let nobody use it, because someone knows how that goes. You lend it to somebody and next thing you know, you got to chase after them to get it back. Unless they get, how much did I pay for this? Like 5,000 or something like that?
No. Seven something.
Yeah, I paid like 7,000 for it, 7,000 pesos. If somebody wants to buy it, they got to give me 20,000 peso deposit. And they get that back after they bring it back and has a thorough inspection. And it's a one-day deal. If say they buy it today, they have to return back tomorrow. And if they don't, I deduct $100 every day. $100, 100 pesos every day until they return it. Isn't that right, Miles? And I don't accept debit cards, cash basis only. Remember, you want to borrow this? 20 peso deposit. It's a one-day borrow, and each day you're late, you get 100 pesos deducted from it.
If someone will borrow, they are sent to Badoc.
What's that?
If someone borrow it, if someone wants to borrow, they are ashamed to come and borrow.
Well, like I said, if they borrow, it's 20 peso deposit, and it's a one-day borrow, and every day they're late, that's $100, 100 pesos knocked off. And there is no, let me borrow it today and I'll give you the 20 pesos, 20,000 pesos later. Nah, you have to have the 20,000 pesos in your hands. Nobody's gonna borrow it, man. So I'm just talking out my ass, but that's how I do things now. You wanna borrow something from me, you gotta give me double the value of that worth. Because if you don't return it, you break it, it's yours, and I buy me a brand new one. You always gotta be thinking, man. You always gotta be thinking. All right, man, I'll talk to you in a little bit when I start slicing. Just to check it out, I made a couple practice ones just to make sure everything was kosher. And this is the meat right here. Yeah, you gotta have it really thin, man. Really, really thin. There we go. Hope for the best. There's nothing hitting. Well, with I'm slicing, Miles says she wants to do other things and she's just going to divide it all up. The slicing is complete. And she's coming up with all these ideas. Oh, I can make this, I can make that. I was like, I don't care, man. Now, we still gotta find rolls. Right? Find out where I can get some rolls in the area. I'm not just saying Badoc. I might go to Badoc. Next week is when you're going to visit. Yeah, I can go go north and check different towns out and see if the bakery's got rolls there. Don't know until I check it out, right? So I'll go ahead and clean it. This is the bad part about it. I gotta take this apart and clean it up. You gotta clean it up, man. You gotta clean it up. And I'll talk to you in a little bit. Yeah. Thank you. 8 miles helpful.
Yeah. It's a long time already.
Yeah, I'll clean it up and then I'll put it away until me and Miles come up with another idea. I should have videoed it. She was doing it. Isn't it easy? She thought it was, oh, it'll be hit now.
No, just remember that this is not my working hand.
I understand that. Yeah, Miles is left-handed. All right, man, let me go ahead and clean this up. I still think it was well worth buying it.
Just a little bit, 10 minutes more.
What?
I want the meat thoroughly cooked because if it stay inside for a little bit, 2 to 3 days, the meat is the uncooked.
Yeah. She's talking about the dog food. All right, man, I'll talk to you in a while. So, Miss Miles, what are you gonna cook my God, how do I want to say it? What do you want to cook my spoiled self today?
I don't know.
You don't know? We're making Shanghai, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. These flies, man. But they're not fast, you know what I mean? They're not fast.
They are not fast, but they are going to die if we spray one small command.
Alright.
They cannot fly any.
What?
They cannot really fly.
Yeah, Miles is gonna make. She took some of that meat that I sliced up, and she's gonna make. She's gonna cook it in brown gravy. And I said, yeah. I said, I'll put it on toast. She can put it on rice, right?
Yeah.
And life would be really good. You want me to do that for you? And life would be really, really good in Badoc. There would be peace and harmony throughout our house.
What you said?
What?
What you said?
I said there would be peace and harmony throughout the house. Right?
What?
Right. Yeah, we got all the windows open, man. We got to air this place out. When you got 2 dogs, you need to air it out every once in a while. And yes, we give the dogs bath, but you can't give a dog a bath every day. No, you can't do. That's not good for their skin. But yes, it is raining. Yeah, raining. That's all right, man. It's part of life in the Philippines. You got your dry seasons where you complain because it's too dry and you want it raining. And then you got your raining season. After a week of constant rain, you bitch about that. Where is the happy medium?
7.
Yeah, today's, July 7th. Why?
No, the water. Is it the water?
No, electric. It's electric and then the water. I don't think it'll be out today. Tomorrow. The 8th or the 9th is when they do the electric thing.
Tomorrow, 9, I guess. No, I mean the typhoon. Just
I ain't worried about no typhoon.
Just
Yeah, you know me, and I'm not downplaying it, all right, so don't, but you know how many times I heard, oh, there's a typhoon coming, and you're like, okay. You know,
how many years you are living in Philippines already?
Over 5.5 years.
Until now you don't listen to me?
Because you're always saying there's a typhoon, and I'm like, that ain't no damn typhoon.
What do you want? The typhoon? Very strong typhoon?
No, I'm not saying that, but a typhoon, in my head, when I'm hearing a typhoon, I'm thinking like 100-mile-an-hour winds and non-stop rain. Hey, I'm grateful we don't get it, okay? I'm not trying to be like that.
Yeah.
But like I said, When oh, the typhoon's coming. It's like the boy crying wolf, okay?
You,
What I think saves us is the mountain range.
later I will ask you to join the PIA Ilocos Norte information agency, so that every time when there is disaster you can receive it.
I get alerts all the time.
Not that one.
Like I said, I'm not trying to downplay it, man, but it's just okay. Yeah, they'll have a heavy rains, okay, but they don't have the high winds.
You haven't, since you arrived here, you haven't
No, I haven't.
experienced
No,
the
I'm glad.
very strong wind.
I'm glad I haven't. I'm
Yeah.
not wishing. Believe me, I am not wishing for it. Okay,
The
but
last-
I'm just saying. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm just saying. I'm glad. I'm grateful we haven't been hit by a severe typhoon. But it's like I said, the boy cries wolf. You hear it so many times, and after a while, you're like, yeah, okay.
That always hit. But the typhoon always hit Cagayan. That makes
Yeah, I
Cagayan
just-
flooding.
Yeah, the Sam Miles' hometown. You know, the town she's from.
If you
I
encounter,
feel for them. They get hit
if you
bad.
encounter here, I don't know.
Major flooding. Major flooding. And I feel for them. But we have the mountain range. I think it protects us. You know? The mountain range. I think that's what protects us. Because it seems like all the bad storms come out of the east,
It
okay?
depends how the move of the wind.
I understand that. But the mood of the wind, as you say, the mood of the winds.
Move.
is-
Move of the
wind.
the
Yeah,
wind.
all the bad weather comes from the east, Miles. All the bad weather. And we got the mountain range that kind of protects us. We got the west of us, we got the China Sea. I don't think there's any, well, we haven't gotten anything from the west. It all comes in from the east. Pacific, right?
The last strong typhoon that I experienced since I got Philippines is 2018.
2018?
Yeah. Where I'm still
In the sun.
Luzon.
Yeah, the sun. The sun gets hit hard. That whole east coast gets hard. That's why I told people, if you want to move on it, when you're looking for a place to live, look at the map, okay, and see where the mountain range is. And that's where you move. You move on the western side of the mountain range because everything comes out of the east. I don't care. Everything. All the bad weather, I should say, comes out of the east. It is what it is. We got the Pacific Ocean to the east, and we have the China Sea to the west.
That is the China Sea.
That's why I just said the China Sea's to the west. Nothing comes out of there. No bad weather. I'm not saying there ain't no bad weather out there, but it never comes into the Philippines. At least since I've been here.
The wind is in there. Going to Taiwan.
Going to Taiwan?
And the last destination of this typhoon is some part of China. I am tracking the direction.
Hey, does anybody know who's the leader of China? Xi What's his name?
Xi Jinping.
Has anybody seen him? You haven't heard from that man in over a week. They haven't. Nobody's seen him in a week. He's missing, yeah. Well, I don't know if he's missing. I don't know. I'm not there. Okay, I'm not in the loop. But no, he hasn't been seen. At least as of this morning. Well, Miss Miles is preparing tonight's meal. So I kind of figured I'll sit back watch a little TV, and let the magic happen. Isn't that right, Miss Miles? I thought you were going to do something so dramatic and you just around. Yeah. I'm staying out of your way.
Okay.
So I'll be in my assigned, I'll go sit down in my assigned seating place and wait for you to say, hey, get in here, it's time to eat. How's that sound?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I agree.
Just be careful with that knife, okay?
I know.
It's too wet to be taking you to the hospital. Alright, man. Yeah, she's going, I cut up that beef this morning. Hey, Mark, how you doing, bro? I cut up that meat this morning. She was just like, hey, do you want that hot roast beef sandwich? I said, that sounds like a freaking plan to me. He says, well, I don't want bread. I'm going to use some rice. I said, hey, whatever makes you happy, Miles. Whatever makes you happy. Remember, folks, happy wife, happy life. Isn't that right, Miles?
I want rice.
Okay.
I want rice.
You want rice? I know you want rice. We already established that this morning. So I'll go sit down in my assigned seating spot, and I'll just wait for you to summons me. How's that sound?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right. All right, man. We'll wait. Well, Miss Miles is done preparing the meal.
Yeah.
You know, ever since, you know, the weather right now,
Yeah.
it's just, I crave comfort food, you know, like the beans on toast. And today, I know, still dealing with the flies. Tonight I'm gonna have the roast beef on toast, or as we call it, hot roast beef sandwich, or open roast beef sandwich, whatever you want. It doesn't matter. Got it right here, check it out.
It's not roast.
And Miles, of course, she's having the roast beef with rice. She doesn't want to get any. She don't want no bread.
No.
Why not?
Don't.
What's that?
I want rice.
Yeah, I know. All right, man. I'm gonna go ahead and feed my face. I'm kind of hungry. It's 17:45 or 5:45 p.m. So if you're gotten this far, I thank you. I appreciate it. You can give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not subscribed, and we will talk to you tomorrow.
Bye-bye.
All right, bye for now, man. Bye.